So, today I'm a fat fitness professional. I swear to God, I even have a six-pack somewhere buried underneath the fat. Okay, this is officially a bit weird. Hey, I know how embarrassing it can be. I mean, it jiggles everywhere. It jiggles when I go for a walk. It definitely jiggles when I go for a run. It even jiggles when I'm on the train and it vibrates and I just feel like everyone's looking at my belly. I get it. I'm a little bit fat. What do you think? A year? 6 months? How about 5 weeks? For the record. Okay, Google, what's the date today?
It is Sunday, the 20th of September 2015.
Excellent, that's on the record. Now, guys, check this out. This is not a photo, it's a video. It is impossible to Photoshop the jiggle. From growth hormone to insulin to testosterone, it's all there. It's all well planned for the next 5 weeks. The perfect plan to lose as much fat as possible in the next 5 weeks. Not really complicated. All I have to do is follow it. So, okay Google, what's the date today?
It is Sunday, the 25th of October 2015.
Alright, so there you go. That's exactly 5 weeks. That's like, just to put it in perspective, that's just like 1 month and 1 week. Moment of truth. Yeah, not so fat anymore. Great. So, I don't know how much you're used to seeing your body changing in 5 weeks, but I'm not doing what everybody else are doing. I'm doing something quite a lot different, really different. And this is my result.
My name is Jacob Nadav, and I started researching weight loss professionally about 12 years ago.
Back then, calories were all the rage. We believed you needed to eat less, train more, boost your metabolism, and be in a calorie deficit.
And that everything will be just fine, but everything wasn't. Okay, I'm going to share some really interesting stuff with you, but first, there's 2 things you should know. 1, there are 2 types of fitness experts. The first one is the type that still relies on calories, eating less, training more, and calling everyone bro. Yeah, bro, calories are your frenemy, bro. And the science nerds, those who spend time looking at research, biology, and asking questions. If you are a bro, and you just want to eat less and train more and count your calories, go ahead, I'm not even going to stop you. This video is an advanced fitness tutorial. If you're not interested in learning something new today, if you don't want to give it the next couple of minutes, if you just want to stick to what you already think you know, please don't let me waste your time. On the other hand, if you want to find out what thousands of hours in research and experience with clients has led to, then keep watching, eh? 2, forget 12 years of research. I realize you're busy and you want to know everything right now. I'm going to do my very best to pass on some really good concepts and really good knowledge to you in the next few minutes. But please don't be angry if you're not an expert in like the next 2 minutes. There's a lot of knowledge involved and I'm happy to share, but let's keep it real. I do want to make it worth your time, like every second you watch, so listen. I'm going to touch on some amazing concepts in regards to weight loss. If you want to learn more about any of them, I've got plenty more information for you for free at bellyproof.com. There are videos and articles for you to nerd out and explore the science, and it's fascinating. To do that, just go to bellyproof.com and click on the Learn More menu. I recommend you start with the lion technique and proceed down from there. You can also find results from other participants in the before and after section. And the red button is where you can find the full program. Just in case you want to follow it and do the 5 weeks body transformation yourself. Let's dive right in. We've all been at it, trying to burn calories and burn fat with mixed results. Some of us walk for hours a day. Others do cardio. and others do weight training. And it seems like to a certain degree that works. And then we go on holiday and 1 week later, we put it all back. It all boils down to the old concept of you have to train to burn fat. In reality, you have to train, but you can't just burn fat. You have to break it down first. Your first task is to ask Google for the definition of lipolysis and fat oxidation. Now, to put it simply, lipolysis is quite literally fat breaking, lipolysis, or the process of taking triglycerides and breaking them into glycerol and free fatty acids. Fat oxidation is taking those free fatty acids and oxidizing them in what we refer to as fat burning, which is done aerobically. The more fat you break, the more fat you can burn. Let's give you some real life examples to connect the dots. If you just go on aerobic training like running, or if you're just doing a diet, there's almost no fat breaking involved. This means that all the calorie deficits you are creating and relying on leaves your body with one option: to get your energy by burning glycogen, which incidentally also binds up to 4 times its own mass in water. This is why people who follow these types of routine tend to lose a lot of weight, mainly water weight, and then gain it all back, usually in a holiday or a couple of days of bad eating. We call that yo-yo weight. Dieting alone, with or without aerobic training, is a great way to lose weight, water weight, but it's a terrible way to lose body fat. If you're doing a ketogenic diet, you'd be happy to know that ketone body production is an expression of fat breaking. Unfortunately, if you're going via nutritional ketosis alone, the fat loss you're seeing is very real, but it's tiny in comparison to what you could be doing. Also, if you're doing a ketogenic diet, that means you're keeping your fats high, your calories high, and you're still losing fat. That's against the laws of thermodynamics and the laws of calories. So you're breaking the law. Last example. Let's say you're working out correctly and you're hitting the mechanism both for fat breaking and fat burning repeatedly. But in your quest for your perfect body, you eat an apple or take a flavored pre-workout before training. Now you're looking at something completely different. You may be doing a lot of things correctly, but now your insulin levels are elevated. Insulin is antagonistic to both growth hormone and adrenaline, both needed to break fat. That means if your insulin levels are up, growth hormone and adrenaline must be down. Do you see the irony? Sometimes you can do a lot of things right, but by messing little things, and now your hormones are acting against you. This is the first lesson. When it comes to losing body fat, fat breaking and fat burning are at the core of everything you do. And yes, to a large degree via nutrition, exercise, sleep, and many other things, you can either enhance all those functions or you could undermine them. Choose to ignore them altogether and you're just doing guesswork. Next thing I want you to do is a cool experiment. If you ever struggled with belly fat or love handles, you would have probably heard, "Give it time, bro. Everybody knows that belly fat and love handles are the last to go." Yet they also tend to say, "Oh yeah, you lose fat everywhere, like evenly, bro." So which one is it? The two statements are contradictory. If you lost fat everywhere evenly, then we wouldn't be talking about belly fat or love handles being the last to go, which is what happens in real life. And here's a little experiment I want you to do right now. Touch your face, feel the temperature. Now touch your upper abdominals, feel the temperature there. Next, I want you to feel the temperature on your belly fat, your spare tire, your love handles, your back fat, your bingo wings, your thunder thighs, whichever part of your body that you define as stubborn. Also make sure your hands aren't freezing so that you can feel the temperature. So, is your belly or love handles or whatever stubborn fat you have, is it colder to the touch? Let me know in the comments below. The reason it is so relevant is because when your fat is colder, it's an indication of poor blood circulation. Now, you know hormones are important for breaking. You know oxygen is important for burning, oxidation. Blood is what delivers them to the tissues. So fat tissue that receives good blood circulation is often much easier to handle. Fatty tissues that are cold and are not receiving good blood circulation are also not receiving a lot of growth hormone, a lot of oxygen, and therefore not seeing a lot of results. Sure, alpha-2 receptors, cortisol receptors, HST type 1, they all matter. But if you solve blood circulation, you'll do loads better. The next concept is movement. You exercise, and each exercise you do requires you to go into positions. Those positions require range of motion on your joints. When you demonstrate passive range of motion, we call it flexibility. And as you acquire motor control within that range, we call it mobility. As you get more positional information and control, you can stabilize and lock a position to produce strength from. These positions are really good for the type of exercises we can use to break fat. And points where you lack control, unstable points, can be a powerful opportunity to burn fat due to increased muscle activity. We can take it even further if you consider symmetrical versus asymmetrical positions, as well as sympathetic and parasympathetic responses from your nervous system. Movement is like super cool, from high-level mobility to calisthenics. Not only it's super cool and really interesting, there are connections in there to muscle tone and fat loss that are just beyond. Too good to overlook. The last two concepts are both about making connections and ignoring them. We've already seen major aspects of fat loss like fat breaking, fat burning, insulin, growth hormone and blood circulation. And it's not just that everything is connected, it's actually connecting further. Did you know that by manipulating your breathing, not only you can influence cortisol, which is obviously connected to belly fat, but you can also control how much oxygen is in your blood and in your cells, ready in time for fat burning. Have you ever considered the gut health, prebiotics, probiotics, the lining, the whole shebang is virtually inseparable from metabolic health, cellular functions, it's all connected. What about your mobile phone and EMF exposure? Oh, hold on a second. Hey mum. Yeah, it has to be plugged in. You have to press the power button. From EMFs to calcium in your cells, to magnesium deficiencies, to melatonin production, how it connects to growth hormone, and there you go, there's a connection to fat loss. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting you pack everything
And move to an organic farm.
but at the same time, knowledge is power. Is it worth knowing that everyday toxins can build up estrogen, and besides serious health implications, that could result in the dreaded chest fat, also known as moobs? Or that sunlight can induce apoptosis and literally kill your fat cells? This brings me up full circle to the last point, which is very much the first point. To remind you, I started researching weight loss concepts about 12 years ago.
Back then, calories were all the rage. We believed you needed to eat less, train more, boost your metabolism, and be in a calorie deficit.
And that everything will be just fine, but everything wasn't. As it turns out, it was not just motivation, bro. Or, yeah, bro, it's about the calories. At the end of the day, if you look at everything you know and you decide to ignore it and limit yourself to calories only, then your results are going to be very limited as well. Here is what I want you to do next. If you like this video and you want to learn more, click on the subscribe button to get more exclusive content. Also, leave me a comment below and tell me, did you learn anything new today? Does it resonate with you? What's your experience? If you looked at some of the before and after results on the website, do you agree with me that some of them did better than I did? Second, I want to remind you that the Bellyproof website holds a lot more information and videos so you can dig in and educate yourself on how to get your perfect body. It's also worth mentioning that it's not static and it's worth checking from time to time because we're working on some crazy stuff at the moment and let's just say you don't want to miss out. If you want to do the before and after body transformation yourself, there's the program, where I've done my absolute best to get all those concepts into a program that even your grandmother can do and lose fat, including belly fat, in the next 5 to 6 weeks. So, whether you are a newbie or experienced with your fitness, don't let granny smash it before you do. Have a great day. I hope you carry on to the next video. Oh, and let me know if you think I should get a tattoo for my next experiment. I'm thinking either my upper arm or my leg running up to my pelvis. Yeah, using a bit of crowd wisdom to decide on the right tattoo. Thanks for watching. See you in 5 weeks.